I feel like, well, I was going to say this is going to be easy, but I think you guys have details that got covered last session that might be a little bit harder to sift through. So, who wants to recap our last session for inspiration?
Ted does.
Shit. You could just say, I don't want to, Doug.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to, but Ted does. Remember that time Ted wasn't here and we were lost forever?
Wasn't that last session?
Was it? I don't know for sure, but
I don't
like,
know,
it
maybe
feels
not.
right.
It
Occasionally-
feels
Feels
right.
right.
What? No, I
Honestly.
think it was like 2 sessions ago, wasn't it?
Either way.
I don't know.
Occasionally on
it was
Friday, where we only have 3 people, Ted doesn't immediately speak up, and it's like a third. I've had to recap 4 Fridays game because nobody took it. That's strange.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have a journal for that. I should probably do that, but I probably won't. I'll be honest.
I know this.
The last
I think
word
I think
have in my
Adam's is the only one who does journal, and he just writes. And then we get all sorts of handwriting errors that make the recap particularly interesting.
The last
Yeah.
word that I have for our recap is spellfall, so I'm very far behind.
Oh wow. Okay.
Especially because that
not
was
me.
the very start of the session.
Whoops.
My notes are actually fairly thin. I can jump into it if. Wait, is Violet here?
Violet's gonna be out tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I asked her if she wanted us to hold session, but she said to go on. And I guess quick housekeeping is that the next scheduled game is for Miles's birthday, which means we're going to probably, since Violet was not here tonight, I think it'll be good if we just reschedule, and I'll figure it out if that means play next. We'll probably just do the week after instead of the week before. But we'll
Yeah, I
figure
want
it
to
out
point
later.
out that my every other Monday game has been rescheduled to Sunday, so I'm free every Monday. So don't worry
Okay.
about scheduling around me.
Okay, great. We'll coordinate that later, but
Okay.
but
So Ted.
No, actually, I just realized I'm looking at the wrong symbol. That's. Did we get the meeting with Lauxius at One-Eyed Jax? Was that last session or the 2 sessions? My symbols on when a session ended versus when a day ended have flip-flopped back and forth so much throughout this journal that I have no idea which one it is anymore.
I think that was last session.
Yes.
I mean, I could try.
It starts. Oh no, this is definitely last session because we had the whole conversation about Mel animating a new friend that is not Zod, or no, that is not Todd. That is Zod. Or was that 2 sessions ago? Because I have a note here that just says, "Pull yourself together, Haza." And I don't know when that
The whole
was.
naming thing was last session.
It was last time,
Okay.
yeah, that we got.
Pull
Okay,
yourself
then here
together,
we go. This
Haza
is my
can.
first mark.
I just want to say, pull yourself together. Haza can describe any session.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
kind of what I was getting
what
at.
the fuck?
I think that's an unfair call personally, but it's very funny.
As a player, yes, that is entirely unfair. In character, get your shit together, Haza. All right. Mel made herself a friend that is definitely not a creepy thing shambling around in armor, and it was definitely not considered that we should put one of Hyacinth's robes on it because Hyacinth departed the group, taking the Dreamwood, and if I had been smart and thought about it at the time, could have handed off the find a Fey crossing within 60 miles staff. Didn't think that one through.
Whoops.
But Mel made herself a friend, picked up some. Mel paid Torek back so that he could get some armor made for Pekareva. We met with Lauxius at the One-Eyed Jack's, or we met with Lauxius's agent. We're meeting Lauxius at One-Eyed Jack's, but that was confusion on my part. We ended up meeting Ulvius Broadbow, a halfling who is a part-time worker for Lauxius, 3/4 time worker for Lauxius, as his business, the Luskin Tea Room, is not having quite the success that that poor Ulvius would have liked.
Right around the corner. Gonna
Yep.
take off any day now.
Just one more job and you can spruce it up well enough. Oh man, I was about to.
Torek
I'll
gets
come
it.
back to that. I'll come back to that. We did meet, however, Beniago, a drow, our contact, who, along with 2 associates whose names we did not get, gave us the spiel about Dresden Quinlil. That is the spy that we are going to retrieve and get out of town before they get murked. They gave us a secret sign to use, which is basically make a V and then finish off an upside down star. We have to head. We're eventually headed to a ship called the Sea Stalker, which is going to be in Luskin at the Dragon's Teeth, whatever that.
Beach.
Yeah, Dragon's Teeth, Dragon's Beach. There we go. So we have to head upriver, then bring them back to Luskin to get to the Sea Stalker, which will be at Dragon's Beach, all with an unknown number of assailants on our asses. Following that mission, the next day, one of Beniago's flunkies, that's direct quote, Beniago's flunkies, was waiting in the common room along with Nick, with the project that they had been working on for Torek, the aforementioned Spellfall, a musket that is designed to counter magic. Very, very cool. Gotta remember to send Nick a thank you note or something. We snuck out. We then discussed for a while on how we were going to go meet up with Dresden and how we were going to get out of town. There were a number of methods that were suggested, and then eventually we snuck out of Luskin through a passage behind Haza's armorer friend, who I know I've been given his name twice, and yet still have never bothered to write it down. I want to say it's Henri, but that just makes me think of Thursday, but it might be the same name.
It is.
Okay, well, then we have 2 Henris, and one's
That
a
makes it more
goblin and one's a
confusing.
hobgoblin. Man, that feels like some sort of implicit goblinoid stereotyping.
Princess.
Excuse you? I had this name long before we met the guy in Sean's, and I just thought it would be fun to pull from French because we had never done that before.
I just meant that we had two DMs who both chose goblinoids and named them Henri. That feels there's some
There's a
sort of
lot of goblins in
collective
Luskin.
unconscious.
It's what I pull
have-
from, mostly hobgoblins.
I'm just I
No,
take
you're
it
right.
back. I
It's
take it
funny as
back. Don't
shit.
kill me.
Quick question: does Henri have black spots?
The one
This
in
is
this
the
world, no.
hobgoblin game, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're good. We're
The
good.
Yes,
goblin
yeah.
is Thursday.
Yeah.
We
Oddly
traveled
enough,
along the road.
though, the
one
Henri
in
on Thursday
does.
does have black spots.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It transcends campaigns.
Mhm.
We did see a bunch of bandits
Apparently,
on the
Leander's
road.
patient zero.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
We found it.
For how many things is the question, though? For
Well,
how many things?
all of them.
We after some time traveling along the road, we found a group of bandits who were attacking two individuals, one a drow, one a red-headed haloed individual. And having beaten the bandits, we are making introductions to who we believe to be Dresden and Bodyguard, whose name we have not been given just yet, because we have not made said introductions. I mean, you can put that name in chat. The chances that it ends up in this journal, pretty low.
That had nothing to do with you. That was me just
Mhm.
copying and pasting the
Being
shit
honest.
that I have in here.
The only
And I
other thing is,
still have not taken pictures of these
I
journals.
I
I also
bribed
wanna-
him enough to get a key to go in and out of the city through his shop.
That is also true. I thought I had put that in my notes.
Yeah.
Another point of importance is that Hyacinth still owes me debt, but they left just the same.
It's okay. I remember.
You're gonna get by like bird or something. Like a squirrel.
sure.
Squirrel's
For
gonna
sure.
drop
Some
single
random
squirrel.
squirrel offers me a little like
It's like
bag of gold.
one squirrel a day for like 50 days. It's
With
gonna
one gold
appear.
piece per.
God. Debt gets
Don't die
paid
anytime
off.
soon.
Debt gets paid off in 3 years.
It's just a
What is
series
that
of
to an elf?
sparrows.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry, that has been on my mind. Have I figured it out? No, we'll get there.
It just
Um,
makes sense. It didn't make it to his. It didn't make it to his journal, but it made it to mine.
Yeah, no.
Yep. That wouldn't have made it into mine. 'Cause I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So yes, you guys are within the twilight of the day, as it is getting cooler, perhaps colder even, and you stand amongst the bodies of many now a slain dwarf in cloaks, with a short, very young-looking drow gentleman with short hair and a bright, sunny, chiseled visage of. You said he has like the golden like laurel light. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, like reddish hair with a like a glowing laurel wreath on the crown of their head.
And you have provided the symbol of security to the two of them, which means that the young drow says then, "Do you know then where we're supposed to be going?"
Drow
I
said that,
mean-
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And how far are we still from the city?
What time of day is it?
It is the evening, getting to dark.
Well, that depends on whether we go right now or we wait and try to go under cover of night.
These guys hid pretty well in the trees, so that might not be a bad place to stay.
But speaking of, we should probably like gather up the bodies and just put them in a bush just in case.
Ulvius is going through their pockets.
Okay.
Like as this conversation is going
Yeah.
on, Ulvius is going through their pockets.
Okay. You can. You do not find upon them any weapons. The blades by which they had been utilizing against you are gone. You do see the 2 crossbows from those who had hid within the trees. Um, and also the remaining quivers that the both of them had. But as far as materials, little less than like some carrying some like not explorers packs, but some traveling gear and 45 gold and
Uh, being 20 out of
uh,
100, my poisoning training has little help here, right?
correct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I will not attempt anything.
Also, sorry, what is your name? Pointing to the chiseled god.
I go by Godric.
Okay. Is that your name or
It's the name my mother called me, yeah.
okay. Do you need to take a breather cuz you're like glancing at like several crossbow bolts like stuck in you?
Oh man, I feel great actually. I thank you all for showing up when you did. I don't know if I could have taken them all by myself. Probably could have, but still,
Uh-huh.
nice to see others strive and cherish the battle. You yourself, I mean, you just about. That was a display, is all I mean to say. Very impressive.
And Inks comes up and starts rubbing on his arm. You look very capable yourself.
Huh. I yeah, that whole thing was
Dig some holes for these bodies real quick. Why did I say that as Torque? I'm going to dig some holes for these bodies real
I
quick.
mean, it's good to
I
tell
just
us
thought
though.
he was just telling everybody he was doing it.
Figured that would become evident when the dirt started moving.
Well, my name is Haza. Like point at Torque digging a hole. That's Torque.
As she's lacing down a finger down his forearm, she'll eventually grab his hand and say, Inks. Inks Riz.
Hey, Toric, would you like some help with that?
I made the hole. Someone else gonna have to drag him in there.
Okay, I'm on
No
it.
problem.
Huh. You
They may
know,
have been
Plenty of bodies to
assassins,
go
but they
around.
fought.
There's 5 of them.
how many of them can you pick up at once, Godric?
I mean, it's more a matter of awkwardness. I don't think the weight itself is the problem.
They're pretty dense.
Well, I mean, if you
Decorator.
wrapped them all together and gave me a handle, I could likely. But that's not necessary. These men may have been assassins, but they fought gloriously. They deserve a respect in death, and I'll throw one in a hole.
Yeah.
I had no idea if you were gonna stick the landing. I mean, that does stand to reason. Do you give them a decent burial, or do you put them in a hole so you don't get caught?
Those things are not mutually exclusive.
I-
I'm not gonna say any words or anything, but
okay, so they're
mean-
all just going in a hole.
If anyone wants to speak
Separate
on
holes, thank you.
It's called a mass grave. Thank you.
It's-
That's
it's-
exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
honestly, separate holes does feel more respectful. I don't know why. I think
case,
it's arbitrary.
in the ground, I think, is preferable to hidden in a bush. So
Well, okay. Sometimes you have to put out the first idea so that the correct idea can come later and take its place.
Holes are exist. So
very
just
wise
put 'em on
words.
it.
I am excited to get to know all of you.
Okay, beyond Godric as your name, who are you exactly, and why are you glowing? Like glowing.
I am
Um,
equally excited to know you.
Okay, not like that. Like physically.
My father is of the upper
Whoa.
planes. I was
What does that mean?
I
Ah,
could say it in different words, I suppose.
Your father is of the upper planes.
Yes, you know, a celestial being.
It's sort of the opposite of Mel here.
I
Huh.
yeah. I don't know if Mel's parentage is necessary, but yes, I am an Asima.
Fantastic. We are standing at the site where this where Dresden
Yeah,
you were
I'm-
getting attacked. Maybe we should all move now that
Okay,
those guys
right.
are in a hole and the holes
In
are
the
covered.
hole,
holes are
we're gonna
covered up.
go like, I don't know, 250 feet that direction. Just points into the forest.
Yes, good idea.
Sure. You guys are just heading off the road?
I mean,
Apparently.
Okay.
first
That's
idea
fine.
isn't always the best one.
We could make for Luskin. We weren't on the road all that long, right?
I mean, are we gonna go for speed then?
I mean, aren't we all safer in Luskin than out here?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. How does everybody feel about jogging?
Great.
I'm never not jogging. It sounds great.
I have some objections.
Can you carry?
Which are?
He continues to dress the puncture wounds that are in his arm and torso. Dresden is fairly significantly wounded. That's apparent even within the dark clothes he's wearing.
Piggyback ride, Godric?
I could do that certainly. Here, let me help you recover a little bit quickly, and I'll just lay on hands 20 points.
Did you already do that?
I have more points.
Okay. I know you have a lot of points, but I don't remember how many you
You
used.
did some.
I used 20 before, and so I had 25 left, and now I've used 20 more, so I have 5 left.
Okay. All right. Well, that does a lot to close those wounds. Oh, actually, I think that brings him up to full health. Woohoo!
Hazo hook a thumb at the specter and say, "This is here till a while, so be good if we get attacked again. But otherwise, I might have to tell it to stay outside of the city."
Hmm.
You tell it to stay here. Well, no, never mind. Random specter on the road. Never mind.
I mean, I could.
I've been hanging around you two all long, or you all too long. Back to town.
Back to town. Started a jog. See if we work into a run.
Come on,
A
Pecorino.
natural marathoner. Let's hop to it.
Do you want to see who can run faster?
I always want to see who can run faster.
I mean, it's gonna be Inks.
Yeah, while they're like doing
That's
sprinting
obviously
up
not the
ahead-
point here, Max.
What's
Yeah,
Inks's speed?
Oh, geez. Hold on one second.
It sounded a little like Inks might
40.
let somebody else win.
Mm,
You thought, but it's 45.
Okay, mine's only 40.
yeah.
Also, if we were to like start at a line and you started next to me, you would have a plus 10 to your first round. So
I mean, the three of you can jog ahead. I can't. I mean, Pakrava's got a good like trot pace. What does Ulvis think about running?
Well, I
I'm
don't.
not trying to keep up with them. We got a person to watch.
Yeah, I'm more than happy. You guys go ahead. I'm more than happy to stay back here and keep an eye on our new friend, or one of our new friends, I should say.
we'll circle back quick enough. Just a little friendly sport.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna bother with the race. I'm gonna keep my consistent pace just ahead of them. You two knock yourself out. You're gonna lose. I'm really sorry, Godric, but it's just she's fucking springy. I don't know what to tell you. I
There's
don't know
no
if you're
need to
wearing.
focus on whether or not I lose. If Inks wins, all praise to her.
Are you wearing armor? I mean,
Um,
It-
this cloth is sturdier than it looks.
okay. Because the more of it you take off, the better a chance you'll have, and inks don't.
Don't what?
Exactly.
Godric is not heavily clothed. Um,
Take it easy, Inks.
they've kind of just got like some cloth like thrown over one shoulder hanging
Uh-huh.
off, and then like a pleated like skirt with like sandals that are very strappy. Very ancient set for Link at the beginning of
Yep.
Tears of the Kingdom. Basically, exactly.
Inks will only keep 5 feet ahead of Godric, but will definitely stay within pace.
And I mean, Godric is just here for a good time.
Inks will continue to look back, up and down specifically.
I think it's important to kind of ask if you guys like, because you guys are faster, like, do you continue to keep a long pace ahead, or do you like stop and wait for everyone else?
That is up to Godric.
I think eventually, like, Godric puts in a very good sprint, but it becomes apparent that Inks can easily keep ahead, and he'll start to like just slow down a bit and turn around, and then start jogging back towards the rest of the group.
Okay. While they're ahead, Hazel, you said you're gonna take a midpoint. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm babysitting from a distance on those two, like keeping close enough to be like, fuck. Just in case they get like bushwhacked, I can turn around and shout to the people behind me. Fucking
If it would happen to anyone, it would happen to Inks.
yep.
As for the others remaining in slower pace with Dresden, is there anything you do while walking specifically? Be that keep literal watch or ask any questions?
I will definitely keep an eye out. We are supposed to be bodyguarding, theoretically.
Yeah, Elvius will do the same.
I will leave my specter back there with them.
Ooh, freaky. All right.
Just right now, it's instructions as much as I could give them are just walk next to. It's not that complex.
Does it last an hour?
It lasts until my next end of my next long rest.
Shit, really? Fucking
Yeah. It
holy.
doesn't have a ton of HP, but it does last a while.
Okay. Let's get perception checks from you two. Sorry, I should be more specific. Torek and Ulvius.
Nice.
Okay. Quiet on the road as it is. It feels quieter than it was before. Night has fallen. You do have an elemental odd spirit that is like flickering in its existence in a fairly humanoid form. Um, every once in a while you see like the beat of what looks like possibly its like arms transforming into wings, its face elongating in odd ways, but for the most part, it's just transubstantial and hovers and treads close by.
Sorry, do these look like manifestations of the thing that this specter was drawn from, or this just looks like this thing is kind of amorphous in form?
Mostly amorphous.
Okay.
I would say I think it is taller than the dwarves you were fighting. Okay. Anything anyone wants to be doing on the road? I'm not giving perception checks available to the people running because that's how travel works. But
I was
ev-
like keeping an eye out for danger, but like clearly that's not an option for me anymore because I'm distracted.
if the two of you like eventually turn back around, you can like pick up Haza and all continue to walk together. With you all together, is there anything that is oh my goodness. Hey, buddy, go play somewhere else. Is there anything that any of you address while together?
I guess occasionally I will I will tell this I will like request the specter go up and just turn around in a circle and look for anything like jumping through trees behind us.
Interesting.
It's not particularly proficient at, but it can go up.
So it can. What the fuck? I guess it can make a perception check.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's about right.
Okay.
Don't got
Seems
no
fine.
eyes. Just comes back down and shrugs.
All right. Well, if that will be all, then you can push into the night. I will need, because you are continuing to travel into night, I need everyone to make me exhaustion saves.
I'm so good at those. Oh.
Do I have a link for this?
Do I need to check, or does Pecoreva need to check? Because I'm just writing.
You'll both need to, because riding will eventually get to you.
I think the last time we did this, steady counted, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think it is steady, but considering it took you guys like it took like an entire travel day to get out to this point, it would be an entire travel day to get back.
Oh, I didn't realize it was so long. I thought we'd only been traveling part of the day.
Yeah, no, you just were unaccosted. Let's see. Good grief. So unfortunately, the only person who Haza, you are good at keeping, like we'll say that your feature. Oh my word, buddy. um, Haza, you are capable of keeping everyone on pace so that everyone will only need to make one save for the night. It does, however, by the time you see the city walls on the horizon, and you know that it is quite late at night, you can tell that your ward, Dresden, looks particularly exhausted. Everyone else, however, you're able to continually motivate so that everyone else has made that save.
Yeah, it's a lot of like at multiple points telling people like you have to stretch out your stride, you have to keep your back up, going to Olbius and being like, you're really gonna need to stretch the stride out. I can carry you for part of it. Are you are you okay with that?
Oh well, I'll be just fine. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
I do
Considering you have
like
to
I do like a good wander.
yeah, but you have to walk like 4 or 5 more strides for like every one that that guy's doing, like points at Godric.
As you approach the city walls, you have your passage back. You do not know if the way would be clear. There are, of course, like watches of the city um, that might prevent something like what you are attempting to do, potentially. You have the river passage as an option, or the main gates. How would you like to proceed?
So the gates are a problem because we have magic items we haven't permitted, right?
Yeah.
And the river passage we can't
We do.
use because we don't necessarily have a boat.
Hmm.
What's our secret passage?
The secret passage is through essentially like basically like a crack in the walls, but it's through somebody's shop that's in a crack in the walls.
Yeah. Inks, you know that the crack in the walls some like 200 years ago was frequently used for like smuggling and for like immigrant passage, but
Mm.
has long since been, you thought, completely just like closed. Turns out it's actually just been refurbished into a blacksmith shop that you've passed through now a couple times.
Yeah, we can use that though, right?
There just might be a watch like up on the walls that would see us.
Oh, okay.
There's not like I presume there's still people, doing patrols on top of the walls, so
Hmm.
we might just get unlucky and be at the point where they are like turning. If we wait some like if we take a beat, I can make quite a few of us invisible.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. The problem is we have some items that are unregistered, and so we're concerned with them being found, right?
Correct.
Why don't we pile those up on one person and make that person invisible?
I mean, that kind of seems like the thing. If they've got a checkpoint that's checking for smuggling, I feel like making sure there's not an invisible person carrying a bunch of illegal items is like top on the to-do list.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
I didn't mean the invisible person goes through the checklist. That person could go around.
Mm-hmm.
I am eyeballing inks at this point.
I'm pretty good on my own, and I can find my way towards you guys. I know the city really well.
As you have demonstrated, you're also the fastest.
like I
Mm.
said, I need an hour and I can make 4 of us invisible.
We could also, I know that this is going to sound crazy, just tell them we want to register these items. We're going to need licenses for them eventually. Otherwise, we're going to have to do this every time we want to go in and out of this city.
Was
It's
that something we
true.
do at the gate or something we do inside at a later time?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
people elsewhere have to are making magic items, and if anyone's going to come here, there's got to be some sort of process for getting them in and getting them licensed.
Hmm.
I
As
mean,
long
the
as we don't
entire
get
world outside of Luskin doesn't really give a crap about the BMMM, so there's got to be something in place, right?
Perhaps.
You
Some
two have
kind of
lived here.
checked bags and temporary confiscation, or
I mean, it'd be helpful if we still had someone who was connected to the BMMM.
I mean,
That's his
mostly
dad? I mean, Odds had problems with the BMMM more than any of us, so. I don't know that that's.
I still like the first plan better, and
You know,
then us registering it while we're still in the city.
if it if it makes things easier, I could always give this stuff to me or to Dresden here, and I could just get the two of us into the city, no problem.
I mean,
May not
yeah.
start.
The thing is, we have a secret passage, so all we need to do is just not be seen while we go through the secret passage. So if we can get at least several of us to, pack mule and carry everything through, while everybody else goes officially, to cut down on, the amount of potential for us to get caught.
Hold on. Why don't we do that the other way? Actually, one person takes the things and goes officially, because we want to make sure Dresden here doesn't get spotted. Dresden probably shouldn't go through the official point, right?
Probably
He
not.
Probably.
nods.
Yeah. So
Something also to think of, if there, if whatever the official system is, we're gonna hang on to this. The process takes 3 or 4 days. We don't want to have them holding all of your, and I guess my items until, we're cleared if we need to be leaving town post haste. If obvious, if you've got some, you know, grand skill that allows you to, you know, teleportation or some such. I mean, I think that will be an excellent time to make use of what everyone brings to the table.
So, yeah, I had no plan on using the official entrance. I'm just gonna find a nice spot along the wall that I know what's on the other side of and just zap my way through.
How much can you guys carry? Because I'll have to take this off, like, bangs the breastplate. And I think that's it. Oh shit, boots.
I mean, if we're strictly talking all magic items, my clothing itself is magic, and I don't have anything else. So
Okay. If we take a breather for what time of night is it? That it's late
It's
midnight.
late. It's rocking past midnight.
If we take a moment, I can at least guarantee 4 of us completely invisible and can go through the side.
All right. Well, I think Hazel, Dresden, and I, and she grabs Jason's hand, can make it through invisible plus one person. We can carry the rest. It'll be super easy, and we'll just go through the secret passage. The rest of you can go through the normal means.
I should not be invisible. Even with the perks of invisibility, there's just a little bit of a glow. I'm not good at sneaking around.
So I what
But
okay, so what
the
all do
good
you
thing
have that
about
we need to carry?
Well, my only magical items I'm carrying is this. I mean, these. This clothes are basically heavy plate. It just doesn't look that
Oh
way.
shit. Oh, okay, got it.
I mean, the good thing about the secret passage is you don't have to be stealthy. We can just walk through, especially if we're invisible.
I guess now that you mention it, I suppose Jason hears magic too, and he gestures to his shield.
J- j-
your
Sorry,
shield is named Jason.
There's not really a personality or anything. I just, for my own benefit.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
My
I'm not.
sword's
I
named
mean,
Will.
not just. Yeah, I was gonna say we've heard weirder.
My sword's kind of alive.
Like I
Is your
said, weirder.
Yeah, is your shield like alive or kind of alive?
No,
Or
no, it's
not?
just got some magic that animates it when I need it to flit around me, so I can have both hands on the glaive.
Right. Okay. Okay, so what other anybody so we can get 2 people easy through with Ulvius. right?
Yeah, that's right.
Obvious, does the person you take with you need to be of a similar stature to you?
I don't know. Let me rack my magical memory a bit. Hold on. Yeah, I have no
We
idea
have-
how Dimension Door works.
Dimension door?
Yeah, if you're using Dimension Door and you're small, then you can only take small people.
Wait, is that
or
real?
smaller. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the whole thing with like Scanlan could only carry Pike,
Yeah.
could not carry like the half
A
elves.
willing creature.
Why
your
is
size or
small
smaller.
even a thing in this fucking edition? There is
Yeah.
no upside to it at all.
Yep.
And yet they have now designed most of the races going forward. You can be medium or small. Why would I ever take small? I can be
Yeah.
medium and just say I'm 3 feet.
Yeah.
Like a
good point.
dwarf.
Yeah, that sort of stinks.
You can. One willing creature of your size or smaller.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Sorry, Adam, you nerfed yourself. I didn't know
Yep.
that was a thing.
No worries.
It's the same thing with my bludgeoning thing. I can only push one size or bigger.
Oh yeah, that's
I
an
fuck
issue.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck myself.
Yeah. But it's okay.
So-
You get free
Wow.
speed as a.
I can do 4 of us. You can do 2. That leaves 2. One of which is not Zod.
We're gonna take we'll take Mel and accoutrement out of equation.
Okay, that's fair.
And
Mel might have magic for this.
As
I
it
doubt
goes,
it.
I'm betting like I should probably be part of the team that just walks in.
By just walks in, you mean walks in invisibly.
I thought some people had to not be invisible. I thought we couldn't get everybody
So-
in sneakily.
So some people can be invisible, and the others can be teleported by Ulvius.
Yeah,
Ulvius can take
Ulvius
one
and
small
Inks
person.
Obvious
could-
can take inks.
or Torg.
Right.
well, yeah, because I can always poof. No, wait, I can't
And
poof.
you
Pecker
cannot
out.
do-
Jesus,
However,
I can
familiar,
do me and 3
Steve.
other people. So I can do me, you, Torg, and name I always forget now. I
Gotcha.
forgot it once. No,
Dresden.
Dresden.
I can also just give this stick to somebody, and I could walk in through the front door.
Oh,
Yeah. I forgot Obvious can
well-
take Torque and I can be super sneaky. I can probably sneak without invisibility because I have my Cloak of Velvet Kind.
it's just
Yeah. Look, Hazel, I mean, if you got the ability, if you want to carry on Jason and me and Torek can just walk in the front door, and if they try to strip me there, then we'll see what happens. But
It's gonna take me an hour. And like I said, I can do me and 3 other people.
Okay, then I'm sorry. Ulvius is teleporting. Can we just give Ulvius the illegal stuff? Ulvius can get in. The rest of us can walk in.
How
it's
much
just a
Oh
matter
wait, no,
of
that doesn't solve the
holding
Dresden
hands.
problem. Yeah, never mind. You all go in through the secret passage.
Okay, let's find, I guess, another nice bush to sit in for an hour.
I'm willing to sit for an hour.
Okay, in that hour, I'm gonna take Pekareva. We're gonna go to the doors, and I'm gonna find out the actual process for getting these magic items
Yeah,
registered. Does that
that's
seem
fine.
reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a reason we have to get into the city and not just camp out here and then go around, or?
The docks that the ship that we need to, the Sea Stalker, it's at the Dragon's Beach, which is inside Luskin.
How good at you are swimming how good are you at swimming upstream?
Oh, I was champion back in my hometown in the pentathlon.
I mean, did you have to swim upstream for that?
Upstream, downstream, side stream. I can do it all.
A major tribute. Okay. So
Guess
for
that's an
everybody
option.
else,
I'm not great at swimming. It's not that I haven't learned. I'm just not good at it.
yeah, I sink.
Okay, well, take your breather. I'll figure out the rules thing, and then if it's not a big deal, if it's just hey, go over to the Triple M and get the forms or whatever, then I'll come back.
Sounds good. I guess if something goes bad, shoot something bright into the air or something.
How far away from the gate are we taking this break?
More than the.
You guys are still like 200, maybe 300 feet from the wall, and the gate is on the south side of the wall. You are currently on its eastern side.
So a ways, like
Yeah.
many hundreds of feet, because you gotta run. You gotta go like 500 or 600 feet up the wall in one direction, or along the wall, I should say.
Might can be heard for 300 feet, so not quite enough. Well,
Might not be a bad idea to stick with a bit of a buddy system.
But she's
Or
Godric.
you want? I was gonna offer to go with you, Torque, but it seems like my presence has been requested here.
okay, that's okay. I got a buddy. I got Pecorave. I'll be fine.
Because she
he's
fares
fine.
so well by herself.
She's got armor now. She's fine. She's unkillable.
Unkillable. That's a choice.
That's such a word. If she dies, that barding disc just drops.
Well, I'd be happy to go with you, Torek.
Sure.
Don't you have to do teleporting?
Not yet. We're taking time to let
Okay.
People are
Haza-
resting. We're finding out
Yeah.
what's going on with the magic items. We got some time.
Okay. The two of you can trot off then, if you'd like.
Mhm.
All right. Let's actually get back to our town map. Why not? It is.
And you said
Dark.
we're at the south gate?
Yeah, that's where. Well, that's where you're headed. Because you
Right.
guys are currently like up this way.
Okay.
So you can head down towards the south gate. You do see, even as you're like coming through some of the trees and getting closer
Actually,
to the city itself. Mhm.
You know what? Let me just ask one question. As a longtime
Yeah.
resident of the city, do I know the process for how to register
that's a good
magic
point.
magic items that you
No.
get from out of town?
Yes. Yeah, I meant to actually.
Okay.
I
There
was
are
gonna
reasons
tell
why I
you,
wouldn't know.
but I forgot that like you were a different character now, and
Alright.
it would be to take it to the BMMM and effectively file paperwork. You don't even have to be like a Luskin resident or like it's not that difficult. You just more or less have to like hand over an item briefly to for effectively another mage to cast identify and possibly like if there is suspicion possibly attune to it to ensure that if it is a cursed or non-cursed or sentient item. Depending on the severity of it, they might even require legend lore be cast. So it has the potential to be a very expensive procedure.
Mhm.
But all in all, within business hours, you could probably get it done within the day, like a trip to the DMV.
Within
so-
business hours, I feel like
right,
is the
so
key
it-
factor there.
Yeah. So I guess it sounds like if we're trying to get in now, they would probably tell us, hey, make sure you go see them first thing tomorrow, because if you're
Yes.
caught without it, there would be a problem. And that's
Yes.
about it. Other than that, they'd let us in.
Yeah. Especially because even like the BMMM has this enforcement of of like fines and such. But again, they are not a government organization. The protecting force of this city is not under obligation of the BMMM. They cannot
Got it.
like, barring you being a highly suspicious and possibly dangerous person, they very likely will not make any attempt to arrest or confiscate.
Okay.
So we could all just walk in.
Well,
basically.
above
Right.
table, the only one that would be good to not walk through the gates is our escort, or person we're escorting.
Correct.
Mhm.
Dresden.
Yeah.
Because we don't want Dresden to be seen in case any of these people
Yeah.
are on the take.
Mhm.
Can anybody cast enlarge so that I can dimension door and put that out there?
Someone could. I'm being mad because I could have been doing a.
It's
Fucking-
okay. I could still make him invisible. Go with him.
All right. So plan sounds like it's evolving to Ulvius and Toric taking Inks and Godric through the main gate, through the south gate, and Haza and Dresden, upon the completion of a short rest, invisibling through Smith's Cranny.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Do we all just want to wait for their rest to finish then? Because that way, if they're,
Yeah.
you know, okay.
Yes, you can all take a short rest then if you wish to rest together.
Right. I am going to arcane recovery some spell slots.
Yeah, we're all staying for the short rest, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Key back, hit point, hit dice.
Like I needed
Oy.
that.
Nothing for me.
Did you get hit?
Thanks to Stunning Strike, I did not.
That's oh, that's right. I almost killed you.
You almost killed me with that double nat 20.
That was fucking grody. Those are nasty ass dice. Okay.
Actually, during this short rest, I do want to float a quick question to my sword friend.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Essentially, the question is, whatever that was when I just killed the person and freaked out, was that you?
You. What does it look like? What are you physically doing with yourself?
Yeah, Haza is like cross-legged, like lifts up one hand and just has like the sword balancing perfectly like in her palm. So
Okay.
it looks kind of disconcerting. She's not like eyes closed, she's just staring at it.
Okay. The cold steel does not seem to yield an answer.
He's you're looking weird in front of our new friends.
Just give me a second talking to the sword.
That's not any better.
Yeah, I had a thing happen there where it
Okay, I just wanted to let you know you're being weird.
yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna go back to Godric now.
I will send another question. If it is you, can you make it not happen again?
um you're looking at the sword
Mhm.
itself. You even in the night darkness, there's enough moonlight that you can just catch the glint of your own face in the reflection, and you see your reflection's expression yield that same like silent but visceral battle cry that you felt coming from you in that moment. You see like your hair loose and shaking around you, and your teeth almost like bared, your face scrunched, like you see like in a flash this reflection, this animal, briefly.
Yeah, there's a brief like flicker as Haza uses like changeling to basically make her face not look panicked. Just flat lock in and like there's still all the like micro expressions and ticks, but there's like almost a second of like horror before I click. Nope.
Yeah, and you feel that your face had not moved, only just
Yeah.
this reflection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like reflexive, like, oh no, is that I'll hold it up a second and like look closer at it. Is it like static and fixed, the image? Like
When you
it's
saw it, it like rippled, like you saw like the shake of your
yeah.
head, the wind in your hair. Um, and as I'm imagining, like the alteration, like the turning of the sword, so that like
Yeah, like I
the
pull it up to actually use it as like kind of a reflective mirror, like get it closer to my face.
yeah, and as you do so, the blade where you hold it at its hilt, you feel the pull, as what feels like the weight of the blade begins to draw to, like, almost pulling it towards you, the flat of the blade, like towards your body, and then just a little to the left, like being dragged back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, if it's moving, I just go with it.
Okay. Like you kind of turn your body to allow it continue to draw backwards. You can kind of almost feel like it's pulling you into a readiness, but then it keeps pulling, and you almost feel like if you were to, I'm not saying like if you were to let it go or to fly away, but like you can feel like it's almost being like wrenched from your grip and just drawing you like upwards behind you.
Yeah, I think I take a second to like stand up, turn around.
You're
It's
just kind
probably
of
noticeable to everybody else that Haza is a little freaked out at this point. Haza's not talking and has been silent for like 20 minutes.
You are definitely feeling like this gentle magnetism from the steel drawing you into the trees.
Uh, is everybody okay if I step away for a second?
As long as you plan on cutting yourself when you come back. Kidding.
Yeah. It's I'm having a sword thing. Uh, if I don't come back in a few minutes, somebody inks quietly try to come get me, please.
Yeah,
Wait, what? Hold on. What?
I don't. Okay, I asked the sword because at the when I fought the last time, that shrieking I did after I killed the person, I don't think that's normal
it
for
definitely
me.
isn't.
Yeah. So I asked Will about it. Will is trying to drag me off into the bushes. I know how that sounds. Just I'll be right back, okay?
You sure you don't want someone to go with you? I can just go with you.
If you come with me, can you like sneak along behind me? Just in case it is something bad, that way we don't both get ambushed.
I mean, if you need someone to sneak with you, that's main specialty as well as I can run faster than anyone else.
Okay, just stay a ways back so that if it goes bad, you're far enough away. I don't think it'll go bad.
Okay.
I don't think it'll go bad.
All right. I'm worried, but I'm with you.
Yeah, I'll let it pull me a bit. Like,
Okay.
if I take a step forward, does it keep tugging?
Yeah, you can almost like a like a dog on a lead that's not pulling you hard. You can just let your arm kind of rest, and you're feeling like the weight of it in a very specific direction.
Yeah, I'll just start wandering. I'll bring the specter with me.
All right. The specter and Inks, you're paced behind. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. About how far back do you think you are? 20, 30, 40 feet?
Sorry, are you asking me? I was
Yes.
typing.
That's okay.
20 feet. 20 feet specifically.
Okay. All right. Haza, you follow the path that you are being taken on. You can feel and hear the sounds of the snow underfoot crunching as its like icy cap just is broken by the weight of your heavy boots. And as you are walking, you do hear no wildlife. And there's a couple of times where it feels like the sword alters path just a little, and maybe 100 feet from where you had sat, um, you find a clearing that has um, naturally the trees have just kind of cleared this area into a very small glade that is also centered with a very small, what appears to be like frozen pond, uh, where the moonlight is particularly reflectant. You can see the bottom of the pond is not far underneath its shallow waters. The whole thing is maybe 6 feet across. It is unnaturally round, and the moonbeams from above reflecting off of its surface in the light mist of night is creating what looks like visions of creatures, uh, tall and small, humanoid, that sort of stagnate for a moment in a form and then vanish. The sword is continuing to drag you towards the pool.
Yeah, there is when we reach the glade, like Inks, you could see a very clear moment of pause.
Yeah,
Like,
and I want to point out I would stay within the tree line. I wouldn't go into the clearing, however far that is away.
Mhm.
but then yeah, I'll keep at this point when we get to the clearing, probably actually speed up. Just because okay, fine, let's do it. Whatever this is, let's the anticipation of walking slowly and methodically through the like bushes at this point, giving way to like, fine, okay.
All right. The sword continues to point you to the ice itself.
Yeah. I'll like first I guess walking up to it and like looking down.
You see your own reflection. You see the stones and the frozen water underneath.
It's still tugging forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like his sighs, like straightens her shoulders up, like gives herself a nod, and then just walks out onto the ice. Like fully expecting like first footstep goes down, because you can like see very clearly the like flinch of like I'm about to go in.
Ings just whispers to herself, God damn it.
the steel of your longsword, while held in your grip, does not touch the ground until you walk out onto this surface. You're only 2, 3, and maybe 4 feet in. You feel like you are very close to the center when the steel suddenly tips and the point of the blade just catches the surface of the ice. And you feel that like turn of it as it forces you to touch the glassy surface.
Mm-hmm.
And at its impact, the reflections that you are looking down upon change. You still have this solid surface that sort of groans under your plated weight, but has not given. And instead of you, you see the face of a very impish-looking individual with bright red hair that has been tied back into a very like bouncy ponytail and decorated with florals of thorns and flowers, who uh, who is like drumming her fingers kind of impatiently, it looks like, on probably a desk, and her face kind of making a bored expression, leaning on leaning on her other fist. But at noticing you, her face brightens, and she says, "Captain, oh, you're finally here. Hello." And you see she moves away from you, and you see the figure looks quite small, and has iridescent wings in the shape of like butterflies forms. Um, she sort of rightens herself. You can see that she's like kind of adjusting some clothing, and then she stands in sharp attention and salutes you.
Can you hear me?
Am I allowed to speak?
What?
Is that a trick question?
No, I'm crouched on a lake in the cold at night, looking at you somewhere else.
So I can answer your questions.
Yeah? Will you answer my questions?
If commanded.
Great. Do I have to command you?
Yes, ma'am, Captain.
What? Captain of what?
She looks around and looks a little confused. Me?
You?
And my platoon? Your platoon?
What? Uh, 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 um. What? Okay, that's not a good question. What? Since when?
Since your assignment to the blade, your acceptance of the calling, ma'am.
What is your name?
Nettle. She grins and salutes again.
So you're the leader in my stead, I guess. You're the lieutenant, I suppose.
She beams. If you say so.
Do you want to be my lieutenant?
It would be an honor.
I don't have another lieutenant assigned that I'm sending, right?
What you do with yours is yours.
Okay. Nettle. What is the name of the platoon that you are the lieutenant for?
It's just us. There's a few others.
Just me and
You
you?
have. Oh, no. There's 98 more. 97 if you don't count. And she points behind you, like past you.
I turn around.
You kind of have the spirit,
Yeah.
the elemental form flickering.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So first off, I don't know anything about any of this, and I appreciate you being receptive to my questions. I was pulled here specifically because I have a magical concern that I wanted it to see if my will, like jiggling the sword slightly, even though it's touching the ice, could resolve, which is I killed someone and it felt incredibly good, and I'm highly suspicious of that feeling. Uh, is that anything you can do anything about?
Anything I can do anything about?
Yeah.
She looks in wonder, like past you, um, and she says, "You say you felled a creature, and it felt good?
Yeah, but more than good.
Well, that's great. More than good is
No.
great."
No, it was good enough that I couldn't do anything else, which you understand in in a combat scenario is bad.
Oh,
Very bad.
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
the princess would absolutely find that to be debilitating. Absolutely.
Okay. The princess being
She looks at you and blinks, and then
yeah.
registers the question. And she says, "The High Warlord, Princess Chandria Vastrasalian, has
Huh.
called you to her service. You've accepted her call. You are awaited for whatever that may mean to you in your lifespan. However,
Wait, hold on. Awaited what do you mean?
well, assuming this calling is one that you continue to hold, it should be an honor to eventually get to meet you." And she grins. You see,
Okay.
some of her teeth are sharper than others.
Yeah. Like the personable face on it does make Hazel like lighten up for a second. Like, okay, that's some stuff we'll talk about later. I assume anytime I need to contact you, I have to find, I guess, some magical lake, uh, in a glade or pond in a glade.
You could do other things. There are passages to the Fae that are more conventional, but there are some that are less conventional. A curious knot in a tree, a circle of toadstools. Um,
Can I, like, s- summon you?
yes,
Okay, that'll probably be easiest if I need to get, because I think I can summon one of you, so it might not be you, but maybe we can relay messages through that one.
that would be one of your 99. Yes.
Okay. Can you talk through any of my 99?
Likely many of us will have answers for you,
So I can talk.
provided any of us have the answers.
Okay. That's a future thing, and I'd love to talk to you again. Regarding the I'm going to die if I go into euphoric bliss every time I slay anything issue that I'm having. Is that a this thing, that this Fey thing?
Are you like making gestures like towards you and the
Yeah.
sword?
Yeah, like me, I like jiggle the sword.
Her face scrunches up and she says, "I do not think so. That may be something else, but it would, as I said, be a significant detriment to your value as a captain if you are incapable of continuing in combat."
It y- yes. So then I'm probably cursed. There's a short list of
Yep.
things it could be. Yeah. So I like bang on my chest for a second on like the metal. Either I'm going to get rid of this then. Well, I'm guessing it's not the sword and it's not my boots. I haven't received anything besides this, and this didn't happen before it. Can
Well,
you help me? I don't know. Fix? Is this service you provide is fixing this situation? I could just go get my old like equipment back, but I know most of the time when curses happen, you can't just like, you know, snap your fingers and be done with it.
I can speak to the princess and see what offering she may be able to provide you. Again, your death would be a setback.
Really?
Absolutely.
I but I kind of just assumed that this was like I that there wasn't that many resources because I'm just some person with a sword.
But you but you're not. You are Hazelin. You are chosen. You are known.
I know that the sword is chosen for a purpose. I just assumed that it could be just as well be me or anybody else holding it.
Oh no. It would be tremendously inconvenient if we were to distribute swords to just anyone.
I guess that's true. I I suppose you won't be able to let me know the answer to contacting the princess. I guess politics wise, is this where I should formally say like it's not that I met her, but now that I am aware that there's a line of communication several removed from the two of us. Like, can I like relay a hello through you? Is that disrespectful?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, I guess tell her hello and thank you in general.
She nods, and says, "You should have an answer by morning."
Okay. Can you I don't know, I can you talk like in dreams?
No, not me.
Okay. I mean, it's okay if you want to just if you want to okay, never mind, belay that last one. I'm remembering Fey language choices. Yeah, it's lovely to meet you, Nettle,
hmm It's an
my
honor
li-
to meet you.
my lieutenant.
And she beams.
Like, if I look around for a sec, she's just sitting at a desk, right?
Yeah, you see outside, like past her. It's very, very hazy, but you see a different sky that is lit in the colors of the sunset. It's so muggy that you almost can't make it out, but even still, the vibrancy is palpable from where you stand.
Well, Nettle, I will try not to die for, I guess, both of our sakes. How
Thank
long
you.
have you been assigned to me? Or have you been watching me? Oh God, have you been watching me?
No, no,
Okay.
waiting
Waiting for me to what?
to come.
Okay. Next time we speak, I'll be less freaked out, I promise. This is all just it's one thing to be told something and another to be told something, right? So I knew, but I didn't know, you know?
Her eyes are kind of glazed over, and she nods
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure. Pass along my request for either absolution from this curse, or that would be my preference if it could be coded in any way, or barring that, if I could just not be a complete disaster in combat every time I kill something.
She gives you a headstrong nod.
And also let the
mhm.
princess know that even though we haven't met, it was lovely to meet my lieutenant. Introduce yourself as my lieutenant. It'll be good for both of us, I think. I was like, I would shake your hand, but you know, frozen pond.
She puts her hand against the surface.
Yeah, I'll put my hand out.
You do feel that it is cold, but you feel it beginning to melt to your touch.
Oh, I hold on for a second just to see what it does.
The ice begins to steam and melt. Toric, I'll give time some framing, but if you are headed this way, this would be about when you would probably bump nearly into Nyx or Inks. If
Inks would definitely say, hold on, hold on, hold on. Give her some more time.
What the hell is... No, there's no time. There's a... Wait, is she talking through that thing?
She is. Let her finish.
Okay, I thought you all were in danger. That's why I came running.
Nothing yet. I promise as soon as she is, I'll be the first to head
Yeah.
in.
We can just wait here. I just thought there was trouble, so I came.
Torque followed instructions.
mm-hmm. Haza, you feel the press of a very small, warm palm and fingers in your hand as your palm passes through the ice and does not touch water.
Yeah, I will like grip her hand for a second. I think in that moment, for the first time, Haza has like a genuine moment of the kind of like childlike delight of witnessing some truly crazy magic. So like, oh, like this is some fairy tale shit. Like instead of doing like a handshake, I'll just like clasp palms for a second, and then like not shake because I don't want to disrupt. I'll just like squeeze and then pull my hand back.
Her color, which has been a little bit hard to make out, has become like a furious red, and she's like blushing from head to toe.
Yeah, I'll like pull my hand back and kind of like straighten up, and the face like shifts from like delight into more of like a like serious like, okay, we both have our jobs. Me not dying, you running requests up the flagpole.
Yes, ma'am.
I like salute with one hand, and at like in the middle of it, like I don't know if this is something we do.
You see her ever so slightly swoon, and like fan herself, and then turn from you. You see that her form like darts away, and the image vanishes.
Yep. I stand back up, like roll my shoulders for a second because I've just been like hunched over with the sword.
Yeah, you see the handprint in the ice where your palm and your fingers stretched through. There is water that is now filling that hole.
Yeah, I will very carefully walk back to the like Haza is now like, okay, I walked a few steps and then I could walk into the middle of it. Now Haza's worried that it is going to become suddenly not magical the second I start walking. So Haza's like tippy toeing, trying to do like, heel toe, distribute the weight.
Yeah, you hear it like cracking under you, but nothing
Mhm.
breaks, and you make it just fine.
Yeah, I'll call out into the darkness because I'm assuming I don't have my helmet on at the moment. I'll
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
it's even a wilder decision. I'll call into the darkest bag. I'm okay. I'm gonna come out of the. Don't come in this circle, like the glade. I guess seems like it might be a Fey thing.
It definitely was.
Yeah. What all did you see or hear?
Nothing.
Actually, yeah. Can I
Much as
roll a
new.
perception check to see if I heard anything?
Yeah, that seems right to me.
Yeah, I was not being quiet. I could certainly hear everything
So you're
Haza said.
saying advantage. Okay.
Well, DC is not going to be high. I'm more
Hey,
determining.
what?
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Well, the both of you could have heard that there was speaking like to Haza. You maybe had a harder time hearing what was being said to Haza, but everything Haza said was fairly clear to you.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I kind of heard it all. You weren't really quiet.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not a secret. When we have the rest of the group, I'll make sure everybody knows. I guess.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Torek, did you bring the group with you?
Whoever wanted to follow me, because Torek was clear that I said we got to go.
It wasn't anything aggressive for sure.
I only caught sort of the tail end, but this thing here that tells me where the Fey portals are started going off, so I came running.
Oh.
I also want to point out, or rather question, I didn't hear anything from the other side, right? I just heard Haza.
I think you would have heard some more of the exclamatory. Like you would have heard like some of the laughter. You would have heard like her being addressed as captain.
Yeah. Okay.
But some of the the littler things maybe fell through.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna go off of Haza's information for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah, I have a
Mm.
platoon that are like this one, and like hook a thumb to the specter.
I mean, do you know what the platoon is for?
No. Well, the answer to the question when I asked it was for me. It's for me. Presumably, then my service is going to be fighting something at some point.
But as we understand now, your um, let's say exuberation with the kill has nothing to do with your sword, right?
Correct. It's probably this thing is cursed.
Mm.
Knocks on her chest plate. So that's good and bad, I guess. I asked if the curse could potentially be resolved, and my lieutenant, is what I'll refer to her. My
God, that's
lieutenant,
weird.
yeah, it doesn't sound right when I say it either. My lieutenant is going to ask the princess about it.
Okay, well, at least you got some answers. I mean, there's a lot more questions, but
Yeah,
you
it's
have to answer you're looking for.
it's one of those where I could literally sit on and ask questions for the next 3 hours, but we don't have that time, and operationalizing. Got to focus on this thing first.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just want
for sure.
to run this down. The sword pulled you out here, right? Do I have that right so far?
Right? Yep.
Step one. Okay.
To be
sword
fair, I
pulls.
asked it for help.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's sword pulls you out here. You what? Summon, create. I mean,
don't
you
have-
didn't find a Fey portal because I would have known it was here before.
That's true. I don't know. It just was there. I don't think I summoned it particularly.
Oh, okay, then maybe the sword did.
That seems feasible, yes.
Okay, okay, makes sense. We're all together so far. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sword leads you out here. Sword creates a portal to the Fae,
Yeah.
and you talk to your lieutenant.
Yes.
Mhm.
She
And do you
seemed
know
nice.
this person? She
No.
seemed nice. Okay, you don't know this person. Okay.
No, I don't.
All right. Okay. And they told you that they would talk to someone
The
about
princess specifically, which
the-
is
okay, the princess.
mm-hmm.
Same princess from the wait, did Chandria's name come up in the memories way back
No,
in
Chandria's name came up when I did legend lore, and then
Oh, right.
I told everybody about it right
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the memories were only talking about Titania.
Okay. Right. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
the princess who has something to do with this sword is going to
Correct.
check into something about the armor that has nothing to do with anything. We found it in the Flame of the West's cache,
Correct.
right? Okay.
I mean, I
And-
could just get rid of it, but it
Okay.
is kind of nice. Just
Yeah, no,
just-
that's no.
it's not necessarily worth the curse part, so
Okay.
it might be the
mhm,
answer is
mhm.
just clean break, and I get rid of this, and I get my old one back from Nick and
Okay.
Nack.
Yep.
They sell it to me.
I mean, yeah, they probably you won't just get it back. You'll have to buy it back. But
Mostly, we also don't have a lot of time for that, right? So this
No,
was
yep,
me trying to
yep.
get a quick answer to a problem that could be
Okay.
debilitating and like
so
any.
I just want to you get in contact with a lieutenant you don't know.
Right.
Lieutenant in what? Any idea?
I mean, they were
I mean, lieutenant feels like there should be a couple ranks below that.
Oh, I have a platoon that is mine,
You
and
have a platoon. Oh boy.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
to be fair,
you're-
I think all the people in the platoon besides the lieutenant are like this one, and I like hook a thumb at the Spectre.
Yeah, can you imagine Hazel with a platoon?
A platoon of spectral killers.
They're not. I mean, they are killers, yes.
Yeah, no, they definitely get that job done, don't they?
Also, they are spectral, yes.
Okay, yep. Can we should go back to the
I
go back to
agree.
the campfire where we're
Time
in
to go
screaming
back to the
distance
group,
of everyone
personally.
else.
And to be clear, Faye can't lie, right? That's not just a
Faye-
thing that the Faye told us to lie, right? It'd be a good lie if Faye told everybody they couldn't lie and then lied.
Faye don't have to tell you the truth. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Maybe,
But if
maybe
make
they can't
definitive-
lie. Maybe they can. Like you said, maybe that's a lie.
If they
Um,
make definitive statements, though, those are probably true.
Okay, and were some of those made?
Some.
Okay, all right.
Enough
boy.
for me to not be entirely mistrustful.
Okay.
And also, if they wanted to get me or something, that would have been a pretty good moment when I was reaching through a portal to touch someone's hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, it's
Yeah, it's a lot.
it's a lot, and really I just wanted to get the curse problem some form of resolution so that I don't kill someone tomorrow and become incapacitated for however long.
Right.
That seems like a huge problem.
Yeah,
We don't really have the
given
time
our
to
line of
go-
work, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the time to go talk to Nick and Nack and do a swapsies because we're doing this stealthy like.
Hazel, how are
Mhm.
you doing with this information?
I am not currently, but I will have an answer for you probably tomorrow or the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot all at once, and none of it I can do anything about. So when there's things I can't do anything about, I tend to just put that in a nice little box in my head until I can.
All right, let's head back.
Yeah.
Okay. You can meet with, I presume, Ulvius, and your new friends, Godric and Dresden.
Take it everything's hunky dory.
Y-
No one
yeah,
seems dead.
Close enough.
not dead, close enough to hunky dory. When I know you guys better, I'll let you know all about it.
Sounds like something I'll look forward to.
Eh. I'm sure you have great secrets, like your
No.
skincare routine.
Well, you see, generally I have to about once a month travel to the legendary pool of Owaxius. I bathe in it for
No.
6 hours or so. You're welcome
Yeah.
to join me.
Now, when you bathe, what are you wearing?
What?
That sounds like a loaded question, Inks.
I lean
What?
over to Torek and say, "Is that at all a fucking real place, or do you
I
have
have no idea, but who the fuck wears anything to bathe? Isn't the point of bathing to get clean?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, even a dust bath, like, if you've got clothes on, it just doesn't work.
I'll
So
just
you
leave it there.
bathe in a sacred pool, and it makes your skin glow.
Radiant, yes.
Right. You know, that's either you're telling the truth and that's crazy, or this is a lie and it's almost crazier.
It's not a
also,
lie. It's what's the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, I
an
guess
op-
I was lying, but
Is the
more in like a
trough
fun way.
is
is
the
it,
pool just like a trough that you just wipe down in occasionally?
and also, is it an open invitation?
If we ever locate the legendary pool of whatever I said, sure.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure I've heard of it. Isn't that far to the east in the territory of Gwyneth Paltrow?
Oh my god!
Now that you mention it, that does ring a bell.
Hmm. Yeah, I've heard
Okay, give me like
wonderful
10 more
things.
minutes. Give me like 10 more minutes. I can make some people invisible. We could get on with this.
You can finish a short rest, and the intended path, right, is to turn Dresden and who else invisible?
Me, but Haza would offer it to any, like, I can do 2 other people, so anybody
Okay.
who wants to come with us is welcome to. Otherwise, I'll probably do it to my Spectre, actually.
Okay. All right.
I said, nope.
Okay. All right. So, Spectre, Haza, and Dresden,
Mhm.
invisible, headed towards the cranny.
Yep.
And then Ulvius, Torek, Godric, and Inks, you guys are headed towards the south gate, right?
Yep, without our unregistered magic items.
Got it.
Yeah, I can carry a good amount of them.
All right. And where are you meeting?
You already know.
All right. For the 4 of you who do pass through the gate, you guys, I think, you guys have been through this gate before. It is a local checkpoint. The gates are closed at night, but at the call and light of travelers, there is a drow woman who approaches and checks through your supply, um, affirms your destination to be within the city, and does not give you enough trouble to be worth noting. Which means Haza and Dresden invisibly sneak through the smithy. Um, I don't think I need you two to roll stealth rolls because while you might be a little bit loud, you are invisible, and the watchmen on the wall are looking.
That's kind of what
So
I was hoping for.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
at a glance, like as they're doing like a rotation or as they're like glancing over, just no
yeah,
one being there.
yeah. Like even errant sounds might be suspicious, but they're not going to be able to like. Yeah, this will be the invisibility covers this. Um, pass through the smithy and into town, and
I
as
will
you're
keep the invisibility on it, like because yeah,
Mhm.
even while we're being in town, I'll at
Okay.
least wait until we find the rest of the people.
All right. You can wait outside Daleth's corner for them. They take longer to arrive, but sure enough, uh, they approach and we'll say like because it's an hour, invisibility is like beginning to wane, and you know that approximately by the time you meet up. Do you want to meet inside and like take people like take everyone in?
I mean, we know that there's a boat waiting for us,
Mhm.
so presumably we could just go straight for it.
Good.
Yeah, the second like I'll be invisible probably like when I first make contact with them. Just like tap Torque on the shoulder very gently. Hey, we're here.
They almost shot you.
That's very fair. I'm just are we gonna go straight to the boat?
Um, I mean, I think we should, but what do y'all think?
I think there's no reason to not sleep for the night and head there.
As long as we have a proper watch set, vigilance and all that.
Okay. Because then I want to get inside before this goes away.
Okay.
I still think if we need to hide, we know a place that no one goes.
All right, you can head upstairs to quarters for Inks. Well, let's see. Inks is the only person who has a room here, actually, besides Haza.
I'll let Dresden sleep on my bed. I just sleep on the floor.
Okay. Ulvius, do you attend with them or do you go home?
Under the circumstances, I will see if I can buy a room.
Yeah. 5 silver.
Okie dokie.
Okay. And so there are 3 rooms for the 6 of you? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. I think. Yeah, you guys can secure in. You guys can take your long rest. We'll take our 15-minute break as well. Be back at 1:30. And if there's anything you need to finish up or establish for the night, we'll do that when we return. But you'll be able to get your long rest in.
Cool.
Tight.
Get ourselves a late start tomorrow.
Hey, oh,
Like it didn't occur to me before, but keeping this guy invisible for as long as possible may be a pretty good move.
honestly, yeah,
Just I can get him 2 hours if I spend both of my slots.
it's pretty good. That's a nice long time at the
So
cost of
far,
an hour nap.
it's true. So far, he hasn't been seen in the city.
or prior to getting up in the mid-morning, in the midday, after the 8-hour rest, that anyone wants to establish handling doing?
Is Torek at Dallas Corner for the night?
Yes.
Tight. I would like to go to his room and knock
Okay.
on the door.
Yeah, come on in.
Hey, how are you?
All right. What's up?
I wanted to talk about your god, if you have a moment.
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah, thanks. And she'll quietly close the door behind her. But she'll stay at the door. She won't move any closer. Um, Asgaroth, right?
Yep. Father of Dragons, creator of the world. World Singer, I think is the title.
That's cool. What about him makes you so dedicated?
I mean, he created my kind entirely, and when sorry. When we were on the verge of extinction, he saved us.
Yeah, but like, what has he done for you lately?
I mean, he gave me Pekareva. She's basically a gift. He answers my prayers sometimes. Why? What's all this about?
I don't know. It's more about the fact that there's a whole divine intervention that could potentially cure me, and I know Mel's working on it, but if it's just pure divine intervention, maybe it can come from any god, you know? And so I'm kind of wondering how you go about getting answers from him.
Um,
And why it would be worth anything anyways.
why his answers would be worth anything?
N- n-
I'm
I
not.
guess
I'm not following. I'm sorry.
no,
I'm
you're
not trying to
fine.
be.
I'm being obtuse, but like I'm kind of new to this whole thing because my gods have largely ignored me for so long that I don't know the questions to ask, if that makes sense.
Okay. I don't know. The goblins. I don't know if you act. I mean, do you follow? Most goblins follow what Maglubiet, Maglubiet. I don't know how to. I don't speak your language, so I don't know how to. I don't know
Yeah,
where the.
close enough.
Okay.
We're on the same page.
Okay. Um. I really. Situation doesn't seem horribly different from where ours was thousands of years ago for kobolds when we were created to serve dragons, and then dragons went insane and started lashing out at everyone and everything near them, and that was mostly us. So the how of it is obviously very different, but you feel like you're looking down the same end result, that goblins who get this ailing way,
You can say Nightingale.
nihiling way, that's it.
Sure.
Nihiling, say it for me one time.
Nightingale.
Nying ale, no L. Okay. You're worried that the goblins who get it, you're worried the it's only a percentage of your kind, right? Not all of you.
A small percentage, yeah.
Okay. And being one, you're hoping that divine intervention, if you can reach out to Maglubiet that they might lift this from you.
I mean, mighty presumptuous of you to assume I haven't reached out already.
No, I mean I don't know if you have or you haven't. I'm trying to make sure I know where you're coming from.
How I spent my formative years, Torek.
Oh, you know
I
what?
wouldn't be reaching out to your God if my God had answered my original prayers.
Oh, you want to reach out to Asgaroth? You can try. I mean, I just
Would he even answer a goblin? Or is he more concerned about kobold and dragon kind?
I mean, other than the one time, he doesn't really interfere with kobolds much. Honestly, I don't think he saved us for us. I think he saved us so that we could carry on doing the thing that he created us to do. I don't think it was for the necessarily the good of kobolds, you know?
She'll hang her head
I
though.
Asgaroth has a very specific focus, but at the same time, he sang the song that created this world. Not just this world, this plane. So I don't see any reason he couldn't answer. But I'm not going to tell you he will. I'm not going to lie to you. There are days I don't even think he's listening to me. And I mean, why would he? I'm one kobold. He's got all the planes, or all the worlds in this plane that he's keeping an eye on, so. And from things bigger than us, bigger than this world. Yeah, just. I don't know. I will help you as much as I can. I don't want to tell you it won't happen. That's not what I'm saying.
It's just he's not concerned with goblin folk. Yeah, then
He's
that checks out.
not just goblin folk. He's seeded a lot of that CEDED, like, gave up. I mean, a lot of the things that are created on his worlds, the actual care for those things was given to other gods. Smaller, I'll say, not lesser. Well, no, they are. Lesser gods than Asgaroth. I don't know. I'm still not convinced gods are the way to go for you. I mean, that might be the easiest way, but it said, what, no magic and no alchemy? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and he will pick up his regular rifle. This isn't magic. This isn't alchemy. This is just, I don't know, tinkers, I guess.
Yeah, but it said only the purest divine intervention.
Say only? I thought it just said, well, either way.
Yeah,
Can you be up at dawn?
I mean, I generally sleep past it, but I
Well,
can wake up to when people wake me up.
I will wake you up at dawn and we can give it a try.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's worth it, right?
Worst that happens is you're back right where you are. Right where all of us are, really.
Yeah, okay. Hey, if this doesn't work, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Not a waste of my time. Not a waste at all.
Yeah. We'll see. And she'll open the door and walk out.
All right. Any other business for the night? Then Toric, in only a mere 4 hours, uh, and you wake you wake Inks. What does the morning regimen look like for you then? And what do you walk her through?
We will go out to greet the sun because cold-blooded. It's been a real joy praying here in the frozen north, let me tell you. I don't really have any sort of ritual to this, no icons or anything other than and it pull on the chain around his neck that just has a small silver disc in it that has a model of color in the middle. I just wear it. I don't even focus on it, but greet the sun, thank Asgaroth for the world on which we live, and ask him for his blessings to make it through this day and the days to come. Make sure that the strength that we all need is bestowed upon us, and pray that our lives in service can be worthy of his attention.
Is that it?
That's pretty much all I do, yeah.
And it gave you Pecoreva?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a slightly separate prayer for that, for bringing her back, but I'm 78 years old. I've been doing this for 78 times, well, 77 and a half, really, times 365 days.
She'll take her meditation stance, not stance, but like she's sitting with her legs folded and her arms in such a way that she's been taught by the Nightingale. And she'll take a deep breath in and breathe out and just say, "Hey, Ascroft, I know I have no right to come to you right now, but Goblin kind of suffering right now, and our gods have ignored us mostly. But if there's something you can do, anything, I'm just hoping that maybe you can find a path forward for us that doesn't end the way it's ended in the last, I don't even know, generations. And we're just looking for release from this pain. And I hope maybe you can hear us, even though nobody else has. Um, any help would be appreciated. And I'm sorry that I came to you like this, but if it's service that you need, I'm willing to provide it. I can do whatever you want. I'm really good at what I do. So, whatever it takes, just let me know. Okay. Thanks, I guess.
You feel your mindfulness be broken by what sounds like the breaking of a clay pot, and someone very loudly trying to whisper, but it's still quite loud. Shit! And you see a goblin mother who has with her a very small child, as she's got one hand around the wrist of, uh, as she's down in the street trying to pick up what looks like broken pieces of crockery and the and the purchased meat that has fallen from her vessel as well, like uncooked food as well. Her kid just is kind of eyes wandering around, big ears twitching in each direction, bundled up in a really warm coat, but you see this pressed and stressed out face of someone by themselves uh, in the middle of the road.
You said she dropped something, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Inks will hurry over and just grab the meat that has fallen. It was meat, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The meat that has fallen and just wordlessly hold it up for her.
Thanks. Thank you. She looks around at some of the other passerby who you suddenly feel. It suddenly feels like everyone who might be around you who is walking past seems very tall.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get better. I was a pretty crazy kid too.
Hey, are you all right? She's reaching her hand forward towards your face.
She'll wipe away tears. I'm fine. No, I had a moment. It's better now. I was stupid.
She collects what broken pieces of her pot remain and the leftovers of what might be salvageable. And she briefly lets go of her child's hand to squeeze your wrist. You feel like her nails dig into your palm a little bit, and for you that is not what feels like an act of cruelty, but just you feel the imprint of her claws as she lets you go afterwards. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
Come on, Biddy. And she grabs her child's hand and begins walking away, looking back over her shoulder at you to smile once more as she hurries away.
I should turn back to Torque. Well, I need a nap. I'm gonna head back up to my room. Um, thank you. And she'll just run
Anytime.
away before she hears anything else.
Ready? Oh, okay.
All right. Anything else anyone wants to report for the morning?
Oh, do I get any kind of answer in my in my sleep?
Oh, right. Yes. Um, had thought about it. I didn't think about sleeping though. When you wake up, the gilded lily, the flower that had been given to you by Hyacinth, you're sleeping on the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is on the ground next to you as your eyes open. It is right beside your face.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll reach out to pick it up before I stand up.
Yeah. Laying there, you reach out for it. Your fingers graze its cold edges, and you see a flash within your mind's eye of faces familial to you, uh, though you do not recognize them. You only sense the closeness, the intimacy of parental figures. Um, you see a flash of a wooden and bare household, and then it's gone. Your fingers are just a half an inch away from the surface of the gold again.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll sit up, hold it up to my closer to my eyes so I could move it around, basically have it catch the light.
hmm You do not reconjure whatever image you just saw,
Yeah.
um, but you feel like that nagging sense of loss, you also feel within you sort of the remnants of that euphoria from yesterday, just sort of sitting within your chest, almost like festering, but not in a way that either hurts nor causes you fear. Uh, and here is your. Yeah, we'll let everybody see it. Why not? Here is your alterations to the effect of your
Curse
curse.
plus.
Yeah. And it's not listed, but if you do make the saving throw, then you can proceed as normal and functional.
Interesting.
You're proficient in the save, so there's a good chance that you'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
Ulvius, I have not checked on you recently. Is there anything you want to make note of in preparation for your day?
Nope.
Okay. And I guess Godric as well. Is there anything you're doing?
Not wanting to go out whenever it's important that we're protecting someone, he'll just find a little spot like downstairs where he's not going to wake anyone and just start like jogging in place and doing some wall push-ups.
I think that's spotted by Haza probably before most others. Probably Torek as he's coming back inside.
Yeah, for the moment I'm telling Dresden to stay in the room. Not be seen in the public room.
All right, he'll do that.
Yeah, come down, see you doing wall sits. Under different circumstances, I'd invite you to a run, but I don't think we're gonna be doing running this morning.
Under different circumstances, I would have invited you to one. Good to have a partner.
Inks joints too, for very different reasons.
The more the merrier.
I have him up there in the room.
hmm
Is everybody down here yet? I don't know what
Yeah,
time
sure.
it is. So I can do a similar trick. He can be invisible for an hour. I could do it to you too, Godric, since you were the last person to be seen with him by any of these
I don't.
people.
I don't think any of them. Anyone who saw me with him has long since met their end. Well, long since last night, anyhow. I only met up with him on the road, not long before we found your way to you. I don't mean like same day kind of thing, but I traveled with him just south a small ways, near Blackford Crossing.
Actually, that is okay. That's good. It's good to know. I have an idea if everybody is down for it. We're gonna go get the boat, right? So it should just be a straight there, on it, we're gone, right?
That's what you've told me.
Okay. I can make everybody that is new to our group just be invisible for an hour. In other words, if we're being watched and we just look like the same group we've always been. minus Ulvius and Godric.
I mean, we can try non-magical means too.
True.
I can try and make him look like, for lack of a better term, not himself.
That's true. It's mainly I think I'm going to try to just keep dressed in invisible, just so that he for sure isn't seen. It's mostly for that hour I can do it to several people with no additional, I guess, requirement for me.
That sounds like a nifty idea. If to the outside eye, it's just the same Ladia going on another quest or what have you.
Yeah, that sounds
Well,
pretty impressive.
it only lasts for an hour, but hopefully, we'll be at least to Dragon Beach and maybe settled by then.
Right. Well, does anyone need to get some chow and then we'll hit the road? It's already getting a bit late in the day.
Good to go.
Okay. So, who you casting on? What's going on?
I'm going to invite, tell Godric and Ulvius to come up to the room, and then when they're there, I will reach out and cast it on the three of them.
Okay.
Visibility. I just
Yeah.
got to make contact with all three of them.
Yes.
One hand on the second, and another where I just reach over and put a foot on I scooch a foot up against Ulvius's leg. Yep. So they go invisible. Spell slot check. I will as I do that, before I do that, I was like, you should probably all one of you at least, hold hands or something, so you keep track of each other.
Okay, I've got two hands.
Great. Okay, back downstairs.
Okay. The telltale sign of 4 people walking down the stairs, but only one
Mhm.
person showing up.
Yep. It's just a pass. It's just so when we're walking, we are glanced upon.
And if you head out, Inks, you have the ability to lead the way such that getting through to the dock is a little bit smoother and faster than by main roads. Um, as you are approaching the dock, you are faced with the midday winter heat, which is so fucking unpleasant, of the sun being right down upon you and a chill in the air. Um, as you are approaching, I would like everyone who is looking, which I would presume to be most of you, to make a perception check.
Crushed it.
Hey,
Okay.
I got that +2 on there.
Um. Hmm.
that pecker would beat me.
um. Pekareva's sense of smell uh,
Yeah.
is such that, like, as you are approaching the docks, she begins to pull and show some hesitation to you. Uh, Torek, you hear the telepathic response, um, and shortly after getting that same sensation, can see. She identifies to you. She can smell uh, the quarry from yesterday. Um, And you certainly do see as you approach the docks. You and Godric alike can count. Hayes, Inks, you can see one or two milling about, but those two can count. It looks like five of these dwarven figures. Some of them hooded, some of them not, but their height makes them stand out some amongst the population in Luskin. Many of them are like talking with what looks like guards, or one of them is with the wharf master specifically, and exchanging words. You see that some have made it to the docks already. Also milling around at midday are a number of dock workers who are either on break or moving to next shift, that sort of thing. You have a fairly crowded area. Um, you have not yet spotted your boat, um, but you do see that there are some of these agents milling about.
Yeah, I see him, bro. That's talking to Pecoreva, just to be
Right.
clear. Just to be clear. I will do my best to surreptitiously point them out and nod at the ones that Godric points out. Like, yep, yep, right there, yep.
And how many are there total?
Godric and Torek count 5.
Gotcha.
So, do we go wait for nighttime or?
No. I'll check with someone should check with the wharf master, find out if our ship is here or when it's gonna be here.
I think, yeah, I think I'm going to go talk to the harbor master.
You're
Um,
invisible, don't forget.
Oh, I know. I mean, I won't be when I talk to him, but Godric, maybe you should come with me. You should probably stay invisible, though, just in case things go poorly.
Can do. The question that I'm left posing: why are they at the docks? How did they know we were looking for a boat? You think someone? You think they know our plan, or are they just covering all bases?
You hear Dresden beside you say, "It's likely that they are covering exits from the city."
All right. Well, you lot don't stray too far, and we'll go see what we can find out of the Dogmasters.
Are there any like a little ways up any like dive bars for sailors or anything?
Sure fucking thing.
Yeah, Hayes would probably say, should we just dip into one of these like bars for a second? Just so we're not on the street.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can get off the road just fine.
I will be
Hide your
like
remaining
leading.
invisible.
I'll be leading Dresden. Like at one point, I'll like reach out and have him literally stand like step for step behind me with a
Okay.
hand on my shoulder. That way, I can take up extra space, like push people out of the way so they don't bump into him.
Okay. All right. Ulvius, you can identify the wharf master. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
An older drow fellow. Yep.
I'm just gonna find someplace out of the way. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
actually, I guess before Hazel leaves, I will find someplace. Ask them to come with me. Find someplace out of the way so that Oh, well, I don't know how it works, Hazel. Can you drop
It will.
invisibility on an individual as opposed
If
to?
yeah, if you attack or cast a spell, it will end on you.
Oh, all right.
So it's essentially 3 different instances of invisibility running concurrently.
Great.
Each
Then
one of them
Mhm.
has their own.
right. Then I'll just
Window.
go find some place where I don't think I will be seen, and I will cast prestidigitation to make the smell of fresh brewed tea, so that the invisibility breaks, and then I'll go visit the harbor master.
All right. Certainly can do so. The like dwarven individual that he's speaking to uh, ends their conversation as you approach and wanders off. He looks
Okay.
down at you. Morning, sir. How can I help you?
Well, I've noticed all these dwarven newcomers to town. I was wondering if they had mentioned anything about where they might be staying, or perhaps refreshments that they might enjoy.
Oh well, no. They just say they're from north a ways, just traveling from Mirabar. But nothing so specific. I usually recommend places a little farther in town.
Well, perhaps you should recommend the Luskin Tea Room. I hear it's quite lovely this time of year. And for any newcomers to town, we do have a 50% discount.
Oh well, that's very generous. I'll be sure to advertise your business.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Have they mentioned how long they might be sticking around, or what they might be doing? It would be lovely to know how to prepare.
Oh, no. They didn't offer that. They said maybe better part of 3 days, perhaps.
3 days here at the docks.
Oh, in Luskin.
Hmm.
They did not give the name of the vessel they're looking for, but we trust people to find their own way unless they ask for assistance.
And how long have they been here looking for this vessel?
Well, I just reported in this morning.
And they plan on sticking around until they find it, I guess.
Well, for folks who usually travel on land, we tend to have a little bit of patience for them. He
Hmm.
smiles.
Are you sure they're not gumming up the works here on the docks at all? And I would like to spend a sorcery point
Okay.
to use subtle spell to
Okay.
cast, and then I will cast suggestion
Okay.
and say, it. I mean, clearly, they've been here long enough. They're just gumming up the works now. You should kick them out of here and tell them they're not allowed back until tomorrow.
All right, time to roll a little commoner wisdom saving throw.
Silvery barbs.
Now he rolled
No.
a 7.
Fantastic.
Subtle spell. Love it.
Is there do you think that there's a little bit of a enchantment appearance to this individual when this magic is cast, or what do you think?
No, there's
Yeah.
nothing different.
All right.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, it is super, it is subtle, but
Uh-huh.
no
Mhm.
eyes glazing over, just someone
Nothing.
who just smiles at you and says,
Yep. Just
"Yeah."
big eyes and a smile from 3 feet off the floor.
You might have a point. We'll speak with some folks. You see him wander off towards what looks like the like a bystanding Luxron Core Hobgoblin, who appears to be like a laborer here, and like if you like stand to watch, you see pretty cleanly and politely the small wandering groups of dwarves that you count like just like a handful, literally a handful of people, but they've just kind of spread themselves out, um, are ushered like into the city.
Cool. Yeah, I'll head back to the dive bar.
Okay. Assuming Godric follows, that would feel very silly. Okay.
Yeah, just tiptoeing along.
Clang, clang, clang. All right. Yeah, you fully visible return to the others.
Hey, so I had a quick conversation with the harbor master, and he decided to ask the dwarves to move on for the rest of the day.
Great.
Great. Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, that helps. Guess next thing is to find our vessel.
Well, I don't. Is that something that? Well, I guess it could be a while, so I don't know how much longer Dresden will remain invisible for.
Not as not long enough, probably.
Hmm.
I could do it again, but then I will be out of the ability to do magic for
Hmm.
a while.
Well,
Not magical
mean-
means.
non-magical means sounds like a possibility. Now, I mean, if all the seekers that are looking for him are out of here, then we should be safe enough to stroll.
I mean, if they're getting kicked out, then yeah, it'll be harder for them. We should probably assume they're posting some kind of, I don't know, a lookout on a roof. Is that a thing people do?
That'll
Seems like
take
they
Yeah, I
some
might
guess
do.
time, though. So if we can find this vessel now, we can get out of here. Or if we can get another vessel to get us out of here now, we might be able to get beyond their sight. Because it's going to take them a while to get eyes back on here. There aren't that many places that see over into here.
True. And I suppose now if they try something with us, they seem like the aggressors, right? They seem like the villains.
Yeah, I think the sooner we're on that boat, the sooner for everybody. Or the better for everybody, I mean.
So we send someone out to go do a sweep, and then just look around.
If it's a sweep you need, I got you.
I mean, we don't know what the vessel's supposed to look like, do we?
Not a clue, but that was why we sent someone to the harbor master.
Oh, I totally forgot to ask about the boat. My apologies.
That wasn't. I mean, you got rid of
No,
all
you
of
managed to do one better, kind of.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that was the original goal. Your goal was solid.
Yeah, you overshot us by a fair margin there.
Well, I'm just happy to help. Happy to go back and ask. I'll be right back. What boat are we looking for?
Hold on, I have it in my notes. I believe it is called the Sea Stalker,
Oh yeah, there it is.
and I am right. Sea Stalker, according to my notes.
I will approach the harbor master again.
Yeah, he's finished doing the last thing you told him to do, and he just has a pleasant smile on his face. How can I help
Oh,
you?
hi, Fred. I was curious. I thinking about commissioning a boat at some point for um, maybe like a tea tour of Luskin. And someone said I should check out the Sea Stalker. Is that boat in a slip somewhere?
Oh, it is docked down. One moment. He ducks into his working shed, and you see him reviewing the log. And he says they are at port 4, just this way. And he points you right in the direction of the
Oh,
vessel. Where you do see a vessel, like a vessel docked where he is directing you.
wonderful. And just out of curiosity, what does the vessel look like?
It's a very small sailing vessel.
Mhm.
It does not look like a pleasure vehicle, but like the thing is clearly built for speed rather than cargo.
Okay. Um, and I'll just say to the harbor master, well, that's that's awfully strange. It doesn't look like it would fit many people for a pleasant afternoon tea on the River Marar, but hmm, perhaps a closer look. Let me just gonna get my captain from the bar and thank you so much. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time.
Anytime. He nods and waves you off, and then goes to help the next person.
Uh, yeah, I'll go back to the bar. It's slip four. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, I'll drop it. Inks, you, I guess, do a thing? Non-magical thing?
I mean, I have to be able to see him, but so he can do it on the boat.
How long has it been? Between the walkover, the...
You do not have much time left, I'll say,
Yeah,
especially with the escorting of the
yeah. We
enemy.
had to wait some. Uh, yeah, I'll say, I mean, I could drop it right now. We probably don't have enough time to get fully cleared to the boat, and also, it, unless you want me to just cast it again to be safe, and we're good.
No, I can do something.
Why don't we just walk, let it last how long it's going to last, and the closer we are to the boat when it drops, the better.
That's fair.
No one's going to notice one more person suddenly pop into the crowd, right?
They might.
Hopefully.
Okay.
But also, if we show up to the boat and all of a sudden more people appear after we said how many people are with us, then that might be an issue too.
Yeah, okay. Let's just move as fast as we can.
Wait, it isn't the boat in on it?
Yeah.
I
They
believe
should
they
be,
are.
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, does anybody have a cloak I could put up over my head just in case of something?
I
Over
mean,
your head?
Yeah.
sure. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, here you go. I'll give her my cloak of velvet kind.
Okay. Yeah, this is just in case, but for the moment I'm gonna put it up over my head. Uh, and kind of hunch over. Just disregard that. Ready to go? I'll reach out into the empty space and feel my way down his arm to his hand.
Yeah, you feel him grab your hand.
Okay, real quick before we go, Dresden, do I have your permission to use your appearance briefly if the need arises?
An alarming question.
Yeah, it's gonna be I I'm not gonna use your voice. That'd be creepy.
Could you make me a persuasion check?
Uh-huh. Wow, what a fucking sure.
This is one of those moments where you turn into him and he just stares at you and goes, "God damn, I'm fine."
Yeah, I think as demonstration I will basically pull my hand over my face for a second, doing like the flicker, and just flicker his appearance, and then pull it back over and flicker it away.
You cannot read his inscrutable
No,
expression.
he's invisible.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
staring at empty space with like I don't know where to look either, so I can't make eye contact.
you can just hear a little bit of like the gasp, like sputtering. Yes.
Great. I'm not gonna use it right now, but I might use it in a second.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get moving. I did this in plain view of Ulvius and Godric as well.
Okay. Is there anything that is happening besides you all booking it while you still have your time remaining? Hmm?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. The way has been cleared by enchantment. You know where you're going. Ulvius can take the lead, and with like a quickened step, the visible four of you and the i- not unnoticeable sounds of the invisible steps behind you um, uh, tread down the docks, then onto the piers. You hear the creaking of the wood underneath your invisible companions as you come across this, once again, very rather small vessel where you see three drow men of various ages upon the deck. Many of they are in evidence, like in preparation. One of them is like sitting and eating. As you approach, uh, um, one of them walks a little bit closer and says, "Who are all you?"
Oh, hi. We're your passengers.
We're here on behalf of Lauxius.
Mm, we have a pretty strict order for a very specific person we're looking for.
Indeed. Is there somebody of authority we could speak to for a moment? We have a means of conveying who we are.
He gestures to himself.
Uh, I will make the sign with my fingers.
Okay. He watches you, then turns, whistles to the two others, who immediately get up and begin begin preparations. Hazy, you see immediately for immediate disembarkment. Like the anchor is pulled and quickly retrieved. The sails are brought down, and he waves you all on board.
I'm going to like out into the the empty space. Say, go down below deck, Dresden.
You feel him like squeeze your hand twice and then let go. The gentleman
I'll
who,
follow along.
all right, a gentleman who was addressing you says, "So which of one of you is disguised as him, or which of you is Hunlil?" And he's like talking at each of you, like trying to parse. I mean, Haza, you're the only person tall enough here that he can see to be him, and he's like scrutinizing you.
I will say, he is with us, but not able to be seen.
All right.
Out of an abundance of caution, although I'm about to do something, so I'm going to step very briefly off deck, and then everything you see after that, disregard. Okay?
Fairly alarming.
I
Proceed.
was gonna say I'm in your group, and that sounds weird.
Yeah, just 1 second. I will like open the door to like go down below deck to like let them through.
Okay.
The two invisible people.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, you
I
hear them
will.
walking down. You actually see like the captain is watching that happen.
Yeah, I will. I just had this idea like 30 minutes ago. I'm going to like hunch up with the cloak over my head and like take a hunched position, I will change my face to look
Okay.
like him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Mislead.
Okay.
And I am going to have like a hunched figure go like just I blip out and I probably fuck this up so I do it like standing in the middle of like the stairs. Like I don't wait, so I'm just gonna get bumped into. But I
Okay.
have a like furtive, like drow looking person with their cloak like tucked over their head, just go very furtively like walking down, like dodging around people, like looking around kind of panic. Uh, I just have it essentially for as long as it's up, I have it just like run off into the city.
Okay. As the last few minutes of preparations continue, the captain, who's kind of standing with his hands on his hips, watching that like figure disembark, looks down at Ulvius and and Inks and Toric and say, "I trust our cargo is still aboard the vessel."
Me too, buddy. Me too.
It sure will be
Great.
exciting to find out, won't it?
Well, if he's not, I'll see you all in hell. He whistles once again, and the sails snap, and you feel, with a surprising lurch, the vehicle pull from the pier and head quickly into open water. Standing on the deck, you feel the rush of the wind as this ship sails faster than any you have yet been on. As few people as there are. And as light as it seems to travel. As the final motions are set in place, the captain says, "If you need anything, ask me." And he gives you his name, Navid Illior. Did I spell that right? Nope, I did not. It's Illyior. Backwards.
Also, I don't think the mislead lasts the full hour at all. I think it lasts until I get like like hip checked by somebody from behind. Like this just snaps me out of it. Like the illusion like just stops in place for a second before I realize like, oh fuck. And I have it just run into an alley and disappear.
All right. Congratulations, you made it to the boat. Few minutes pass while the boat is moving, and Godric and Dresden both become plain invisible.
Yeah, the second I cast mislead, like while I was on the stairs, they become
Oh yeah, that's
invisible
true.
further down the stairs.
Yep, concentration.
Yeah.
Yep.
I become invisible as they become visible.
All right. I know we're a little bit early, but I think that's a good spot to end our session for tonight. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a whole encounter you guys evaded. Well, a
Nice.
combat encounter specifically. That was still very